welcome to another edition of Podcast on the Infinite Earths. We are the rejected bodies of MODOK. Shane Justice.
Patrick Cunningham. Nice to meet you guys again.
Yeah. We have a very special guest today, a good friend of mine and Patrick's, Mr. Tom Han.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Tom.
The guy's a lot gone down in comic book things since we did the last podcast.
Fanboy-related hysteria.
Yeah, the masses are not happy with several things. Like the background music.
There is. Anyway, so
Yeah, the masses are not happy with a lot of things. I think I would start with the thing that they flipped out first, and that was what you affectionately coined the Juggaloker.
the Juggaloker. The Juggaloker, yes. And I will admit it, I got trolled. We all got trolled.
I did not get trolled.
You knew it was some bullshit?
Yeah, man. I'm pretty sure it was on the podcast page, which if you don't follow, do that. It's on Facebook.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, there was a press photo released of Jared Leto. Leto or Leto?
I go Leto, but it doesn't matter.
What do you...
I say it doesn't matter.
Cunted fuck Leto?
He just calls him Jared.
Jay Leno.
Yeah.
There was a
J-Lay.
J-Lo? Can we call him? J-To.
J-To.
Yeah.
J-To.
Let's call him J-To.
Okay. So J-To.
Jared Leto was, Jaren. Whatever.
Shithead McFuckboy.
Shithead big fuckboy. Oh, wow, fuckboy, throwback.
Yeah. See episode 1.
See episode 1, part 1. They released a press photo of him as the Joker, and he had all these really bad tattoos and like lots of swag, and he looked like a juggalo. A grill. He looked like a juggalo.
Look, and here were the things I said, and I'm pretty sure I said it on the pod page, man. I don't know, somewhere someone was bitching about it. I said,
Yes.
First thing I said was, this is the 75th anniversary of the Joker. Today is the 75th anniversary of the Joker. Maybe they just wanted to throw a picture out, which is what they ended up eventually saying that they did. They were like, we just thought it'd be cool to throw a picture out, like 75th anniversry.
They fucking
whether or not that's true, or if it's just like, oh shit, people freaked out, let's cover this up. It doesn't really matter. But the other thing I said was, I can totally buy, especially given him being in a Suicide Squad movie, the Joker's in prison and being a dick, like walking around like he's a G'd up gangster, just being like, "What's up, my homies?" You know, I could totally see Joker doing that, and everybody's flipping out, and I'm like, if that's what they're doing, it's fucking awesome, and you're being a dick right now, and you're fucking everything up. If I were to find out that that's what they were gonna do, and internet rage ruined that, I will actually be pissed.
Let's be fair. From everything we've seen about the Suicide Squad movie, that is not what they're doing.
No, look,
That's
I've not seen anything bad from the Suicide Squad movie.
I haven't seen anything great from the Suicide.
And I am torn on the Suicide Squad movie, guys. We have a complete thing.
But
this is excellent.
But here's the other thing: is nobody has seen much from the Suicide Squad movie.
Very true. But
So
they got it wrong with Harley Quinn, and that makes me
disagree.
We do know that if we know one thing, it's that Deadshot's going to say, "Welcome to Earth" at some point.
At some point.
At some point in it, because why wouldn't it?
That mask looks cool as fuck. By the way, the Deadpool or
Deadshot.
yeah, the Deadshot mask.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
The Deadpool mask also looks cool.
The Deadpool mask also looks really cool. And the fact that they put the little rubber thing hanging on.
I love it.
That, okay. Successful trolling of comic book fandom was the Deadpool April Fool's Day prank.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
That's the way that studios do it.
Right.
If it's a prank, they immediately say it's a prank. They do not let it go out because they know that shit will go viral because it was a good prank.
Well, they didn't so much call it a prank as they were like, we just wanted to release a photo and thought this would be a good idea. Whatever.
And some terrible stylist.
I don't think they're going to give... Look, you're running into the Age of Ultron problem. There's so many fucking people in that movie. They are not going to give anyone ample amount of time on screen to have a character arc where they could explain that Joker's walking around trolling people as a G'd-up thug. All they're going to do is show the Joker interacting with one of the other members of the Suicide Squad, or in some way furthering the plot.
Presumably Harley.
I think if you've seen Assault on Arkham, whether or not the movie follows a similar plot line, I think Joker will have about that amount of screen time. A little less than a third, maybe 25% of the movie, you'll see Joker in some fashion on screen. As far as it being overstuffed, I don't really agree with that. They're not going to spend a lot of time on King Shark. You don't have to. King Shark. You point King Shark at what you want destroyed, and he goes and destroys it. That's all you really need for him. I don't see Captain Boomerang getting a huge storyline. He's going to be kind of a supporting character.
Well, they have to have that.
He's going to bitch a lot.
Yeah,
he
and they have to have that dynamic between him and Deadshot.
Is it Digger? Is it supposed to be Digger?
It's supposed to be Digger.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's Digger Harkness. And so I don't really feel like it's going to be overstuffed. Obviously, it's Harley Quinn and Deadshot's movie. I don't think you need to know. It's going.
Killer Croc.
Yeah. And in fairness, Assault on Arkham was more or less Deadshot and Harley Quinn's movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it really wasn't focused on them. But you don't need origins. That's the other thing that I am so pumped that DC went. They did Man of Steel. They didn't focus a lot on the origin, other than the Krypton stuff, which I thought was kind of cool, doing a little bit of an extended.
The Krypton stuff looked super cool.
Yeah,
it did.
But they're not. There's no origin for Batman and Batman vs Superman. They're not really digging into origins. It doesn't seem like for Suicide Squad.
Well, look. Here's the deal. You have Batman, Superman. There's other comic heroes that are like that outside of the DC universe. You have Spider-Man, most of the X-Men. You either know the backstories of these people, or it doesn't really matter to what's going forward.
I can't recall.
There's a term for it in the industry when you do, and they fuck it up and try and make it into a backstory thing sometimes, but you see it really well done in certain movies, and they tend to be the movies that you like the most.
Right.
And it's called suiting up. There is a scene in Batman where Batman gets into the suit, and it's fucking badass.
Yeah.
They've done it really terribly in some of the movies too, when there were nipples on the bat suit.
Yeah.
But
we have talked about the Schumacher Batmans too.
They try and do suit up as backstory sometimes,
Right.
And it doesn't work. They don't need to do it with these big superheroes where everyone in the world knows the Spider-Man backstory, they know Batman's backstory, and they know Superman's backstory, if they know what those characters are in the least bit.
Yeah, if you're going to see a Batman movie, you at least know, and you either know Batman's backstory, or you don't care because you're 6.
Yeah.
Or you don't care and it's Batman.
Yeah.
Not only that, my argument's always been, name the last issue number 1 that had somebody's origin story as part of it.
Yeah. That's usually issue 3 or 6.
You jump into them being a hero, or this is going on.
Or they'll do an intro page.
Right, there might
be
an
intro page. This
is
like the Flash. The Flash.
Like the bump at the beginning of the Flash. You turn on any episode of the Flash, and it's my name is Barry. I'm the fastest.
Where's Nick Perez for this part?
Which is Nick? I can't wait to have him on here.
Which is when you start puking, and you don't stop vomiting prolifically from your mouth until that show fucking ends.
I don't disagree with you, except I would replace vomiting with jizzing.
It literally goes.
I think that's a disagreement.
I'm gonna find the man that killed my mother and get justice for my father.
Listen, man, the acting is not great.
It's not great.
It's not
writing is weak.
The acting's not great.
The writing is not weak.
Dialogue is terrible.
Okay, the dialogue.
And the writing is fucking weak.
No, the writing
when
is not
you
weak.
do a 26 or 24 episode season, and the plot point of 20 of those episodes is run faster, Barry.
Dude, that's like 6 episodes.
Fuck you. No, it's not.
Yes.
No,
It's 8
not.
max.
Because I fucking hate that plot. You should just run faster. And then they try try and subvert it in that one Captain Cold fucking Fireboy story where it's like, maybe I'm running too fast. No, you're dumb. You're dumb. How is running too fast a problem?
And this is why we have Tom Hanks.
They don't have some friction curse on you. They friction cursed him one time and then immediately destroyed the person who friction cursed him with some other bullshit. Because that would have made the plot, don't run faster. The plot is fucking run faster. They tried to explain it by saying that shithead number 2 needs shithead number 1 to run faster to power something. But that they didn't even do that really well. They split it up over enough stories where you would forget the intricate pieces of it because they knew they didn't do it that well. And good on them for covering up a weakness.
Yeah.
But then the whole rest of it's weak.
Most fun comic book show ever made.
It's a fun show. I'm on both sides of this because it's super fun and I enjoy watching it. The writing is kind of weak and the dialogue is
terrible. I think the stories are solid. I think the stories are extremely solid. I think they're good. I think they're fun. Your whole Run Faster, man, it's like 8 episodes max, and there is a reason behind it. And that's his fucking power. Like
Run Faster.
Yeah, that's his power.
Okay.
That's like, okay, look, like you've got the Hulk, and we're like, fuck, we gotta lift this building. I don't know, fucking pull harder, Hulk. Like, what else are you gonna fucking tell him to
be?
do?
So you're now advocating for a Hulk series based on all of the failed Hulk movies.
Yes.
Those movies failed for a reason.
Incredible Hulk.
The Incredible Hulk was a great show with Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno.
And the point of those
My
movies...
father, Lou Ferrigno.
Those movies weren't based off that series. That series worked because the series did not have Hulk out as the only thing that would win. Half the time he would Hulk out, he'd beat up somebody, but the whole thing was about Banner's, like,
struggle
about, like, sometimes the Hulk is useful, but he's so terrifying.
Well, David Banner on the show, because not Bruce Banner, and also not to be confused with the rapper David Banner. David Banner, the show was about him being on the run, pretty much.
No, that's exactly.
I mean,
and they did model.
And occasionally
after that show.
They did. They modeled the movie Incredible Hulk after.
No, they modeled it after aspects of it. Was that the Norton one?
Yeah.
The
Norton one was the best of them. But the thing is,
it's the only one that's canon. By the way, just throwing it out there. Given our
General Thunderbolt Ross, played by William Hurt, will be in Civil War.
Yeah.
Well, let's just put this out there. This is why I don't read most of the Kate books. This is why I mainly read authors instead of books.
He would like that on the record that he reads authors.
I read authors. If Warren Ellis writes something, I'm going to read it.
What he's saying
Warren
is he's better
Ellis
than us.
stops writing it, I'm going to stop reading it.
That's what Tom does.
What if Grant Morrison takes it over?
I'm going to wait.
You're gonna wait.
I'm going to wait and see. Anyone who really honestly believes in chaos magic to the level and degree that fucker does, I'm going to wait.
Wait for it.
Because he has not always done magic in everything he's done.
What if Mark Millar takes it over?
I'm not going to read it.
Mark Millar's great. I don't get it. I just say yeah for it.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, Civil War was super dope.
Sure, he does some things well.
Red Sun
was amazing.
One of the best Superman stories ever.
Mark Millar also took over the Authority and kind of shit jizzed on it. Like the
now, did he actually have poo come out of his wiener, or did he have jizz come out of his ass?
Both at the same time.
Oh.
This is highbrow comedy, folks. This is highbrow entertainment.
Then he burped and farted.
Waka waka. He called someone a homo.
So, to tie this back in, Juggaloker. We've already discussed that, but there was a lot, and I know that Tom, especially you, have strong opinions on. We'll slide right over to a lot of blowback about Harley, and I don't see it.
They picked it wrong. Harley Quinn should be someone who doesn't look beautiful when she's just standing still. Harley Quinn is someone who should look fucking gorgeous when she tries to be, and should look rather kind of plain.
Margot Robbie, when she's standing there in that costume, looks like Harley Quinn.
Gorgeous. Looks like a fucking model.
Yeah, but that's fine.
That's not fine.
It is fine.
That's fine with Catwoman.
My problem with everybody hating on it is because she does look good. Whether you disagree with her body type or she's a little too sexy to be Harley, she looks good, and she looks like Harley. But you were not in there for her audition.
Fuck you for trying to put this as me body shaming someone.
No, that is not even the
And
case.
I am
That's
body
not the
shaming
case.
her for being goddamn gorgeous. For being perfect. She's too perfect for it.
It's fine, man. It's fucking Hollywood. That is what it is. She's going to be hot Harley. And there are dozens of hot Harley Quinns throughout the media.
I know. Any convention, lots of hot Harley Quinn.
Yeah, and there are
lots of hot
Harley
Quinn cosplay. Can we go to like 10 random pictures of hot Harley Quinn cosplay pictures at this point? Alright, awesome. Ready? It's pan back to us smiling like, yeah. We all just church each other off. It was good. Okay.
With our mouths.
It was good. No, I see it from both ends. Okay. I really do think that I think that they could have done a Harley that was a little closer to the comic. However, Harley didn't come from the comic. She came from the fucking cartoon.
Yeah.
She's open to interpretation. And for the movie they are making, this is a good Harley Quinn.
Yeah, but I'm afraid that the movie that they're making is going to look a lot more like those shows that I dislike. Because those shows that I dislike...
Broken Aces. That's what I think it's going to look like.
I think this movie is going to surprise a lot.
I think if it looks like Smoking Aces, it will be fucking phenomenal, and that will be the best possible Suicide Squad. But I also know how the world works, so I'm not looking forward to it, and I'm definitely not holding my fucking breath.
Tom Mann's an eternal optimist.
I am. Happiest man on earth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like Disneyland if it had a dick and walked around.
No, he is. He's a... No, it's exactly like...
You're about the size of Disneyland.
Hey, that's a fat joke, I think.
He does have balls like the Epcot Center.
That's just true.
I haven't verified.
They're golf ball-esque.
I haven't verified.
What I mean by that is they're really pointy all around.
Yeah, my balls are spiked.
And if you go inside them, you can see all of the future technologies. That's what I mean.
Ladies who are not...
Let's see.
Ladies behind the guy watching this right now.
Past your...
We consistently say that. That is one of the most sexist things.
I do. You know what?
We said that last show, too.
So let's talk about a issue regarding the ladies. Regarding the ladies. How fangirls are being...
Fanboys.
And fanboys, too, are being marketed to. What is the best way to put this?
Let's talk about sexism in comics.
Sexism in comics.
And the perceived sexism in comics.
This basically, for me, boils down to, and according to reports, and I wasn't there, so there's only so much I can verify, but there are heads at Disney and Marvel who basically said that girls have their Disney princess toys already. They don't need Scarlet Witch toys and
Black Widow toys. Which, by the way,
that is not a verbatim quote, but that is the gist of what was said.
Which, by the way, proving this wrong right now, if you were 8 years old and an Avengers toy set, Avengers action figures came out, would you own Black Widow?
Yeah.
I'd own Black Widow. Would you own Black Widow?
No. Let's put this, we're all of an age. Let's put this in a different way.
I want one.
Do you have He-Man toys?
Yes.
Do you have a She-Ra toy?
Absolutely.
I have She-Ra. Do you have She-Ra?
Yeah. Who was the corn cob on the crotch? Because she was featured prominently on the bed sheets that I had.
Like Layla. Yeah.
Something like that.
Tila! There you go.
Tila.
Thank you.
You're officially now a grip.
Even back when I was fucking 6, I called her corn cob crotch.
Yeah.
Corn cob crotch.
Yeah, and she had a corn cob on my crotch. And I liked corn.
But back to the objectification of women and perceived sexism in comics.
Which you'll find here in podcast.
You will never find any of that. We are
forward-thinking men watching.
We are forward-thinking people. ladies.
No, man, it's nonsense. Though.
It is really
Okay,
nonsense.
you have two sides of it, right? You have that shit where people were going, Joss Whedon's a fucking sexist because he said that Black Widow is a goddamn monster because she can't have children. When what he actually said, if you watch the fucking movie without an agenda, is she had a choice. She could have escaped, and instead, he was making a very easy, simplistic point,
Right.
which was she chose never to bring life into the world and pursue a life about ending life. And that made her a monster.
More
She
of a
did
monster
not-
than the Hulk, which was the point.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because she chose it, the Hulk and Banner specifically had it foisted upon him.
Oops.
Right, and it's not about her not being able to give life.
Yeah.
It's making her the monster. It's the fact that,
That
she chose
chose
not to,
death.
so she could create death.
She chose
And-
death over life.
Yeah.
And that makes her a monster.
Yep.
And then, on the other side of it, you have fucking Iron Man on a motorcycle. So it does fucking work. They're like the argument against comics and that comics and comic culture can be sexist does work, but sometimes it's applied in the wrong fucking way.
For our viewer, we'll get to that in a second. For the viewer who is going, why did Tom just say you get Iron Man on a motorcycle? It's because there's an amazing scene from Age of Ultron where Black Widow comes out of the Quinjet on a motorcycle into action.
Like
And
lands
it's
on the road.
Lands
You
on the
saw
road.
it in the trailer.
It's in the trailer, man. You didn't even have to see the movie. It's right there. Iconic scene for the movie. There's a Mattel toy and
A
Hasbro toy. Both, they each have licensing of a Quinjet toy. On one version, the hatch comes down and there's a motorcycle, except it's Captain America on it. And which is one fucked up because it should have been Black Widow. But the other one is
Can
the
be
most
explained
ridiculous.
away by the scene in the beginning where Cap rides the motorcycle.
Cap iconically has a motorcycle.
Yeah.
So that is a little
I
less.
think every one of the movies that Captain America's been in,
Motorcycle.
He's been on a motorcycle at some point.
It's a Cap thing. But either Mattel or Hasbro, I don't want to throw one of them under the bus, but fuck you for the one who did it.
Yeah.
No, both. Both.
put-
Still both.
Yeah, still both, but one worse than the other. Put Iron Man on a motorcycle coming out of the latch. One, if you're Iron Man, you don't need a fucking motorcycle.
It makes
You're Iron Man.
Thor, I think, makes more sense than
Thor would make, the Hulk would make more sense on a motorcycle.
I want to see that.
It was just, so
It would be
I
yeah,
wanna
on a
see
little
it.
tiny.
The consciousness of Jarvis would have made more sense.
they put him on Kawasaki Ninja.
No, it's ridiculous, and it was 100% because they believe that boys don't want a toy with a girl riding a motorcycle.
This boy would have fucking played with that toy.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Would have loved it.
Wouldn't even
And
notice
the
it as
only
a thing, because when you're 8, you're not thinking about gender politics.
No, she's a
You're
fucking
just going,
Avenger.
I want the Quinjet. Oh, that's what comes with it? Cool. And if you have an Iron Man, because you do,
'Cause
you put it on the fucking motorcycle if you want Iron Man on the motorcycle. You don't get forced into
Or-
Iron Man. Stop fucking forcing me into Iron Man on the motorcycle. Stop raping me with your Iron Man on motorcycles.
If I want Iron Man on a motorcycle, I'll goddamn put him on
put
there.
him there. I will put him there. But and it goes. I mean, it's deep. They are missing from T-shirts. They're missing from posters.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like I said, the argument works. Here's the thing that we've been talking about where we don't know which way it is. It's the Supergirl up front, right? All the television studios around this time of year go to the advertisers and they give them what are called upfronts, where they go, "This is coming out next year," and they give them basically an extended
A half a
trailer.
pilot.
Yeah, it's like a 4 or 5 minute.
Yeah, some of them. I think the Supergirl one's like 6
Yeah,
minutes.
It's a 7-minute. It's like a 7-minute pilot.
You know, maybe an 8-minute. No, sorry.
I'm thinking a
Just have to
9-minute.
remember, we just-
I'm thinking like a 9-minute teaser,
Look, it's called an upfront. It's called an
and
upfront.
it's about 10 minutes.
It's there specifically to sell advertising when the season starts. And they did one for Supergirl, which I think looks badass.
Okay.
I think looks good. And then these guys like the Flash. Remember that. They like the Flash.
Dude, I do like the Flash. You know what the Flash
And
doesn't
they're-
do?
I swear to Christ, can I pull up that preview and just play the music. We don't even have to look at the fucking thing.
Yeah, dude.
I want to play the music they chose to bring this thing. It is seriously 13 going on 30.
It's the Designing Women theme song. Like, it's really bad, man. Like, a couple weeks ago, Saturday Night Live released a sketch that was referencing what we were just talking about, where you go, Marvel doesn't understand women. OMG, you are wrong. And they put out a trailer that was supposed to be a Black Widow trailer starring Scarlett Johansson that basically made, and it even said, from the writers of 27 Dresses.
Yeah.
And it said, Marvel, we understand women. And it was supposed to be marketed to that. Supergirl looks identical to that.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Look, and we've talked about this already, Tom. I am not saying that the show is going to be shit. There's a lot of cool-looking things in that.
You got to understand one thing about the upfronts. The upfronts are designed to sell to the advertiser.
Right, no, 100%.
To the advertiser. They're showing the advertiser, this is the audience we think will come to this. This is the audience we're aiming for.
12-year-old girls are not going to watch Superman.
And Supergirl's not marketed to 12-year-old girls. It's marketed to 19-year-old girls.
19-year-old girls have outgrown that music. Whatever that shit.
No, they haven't, because it's on. The reason why that music is in all of these terrible rom-coms and all this shit is because those movies fucking sell.
That's true.
And they fucking follow a formula, which, by the way, our comic book movies also follow a formula. In fact, if you didn't see it, people have revealed the Marvel
Studios format. What Marvel Studios requests are mandates has to be in each one of their fucking movies.
Right. Like a fight scene every 20 minutes.
Right.
It doesn't matter if that's going to fuck up the plot or if you're trying to set something up. A fight scene every 20 minutes.
That's how you get the Hulk Iron Man fight in the beginning of Avengers. Which, to be fair, cool fight.
Yeah. No, very cool
fight.
And I'm not. I mean, spoilers. If you haven't watched the movie by the time this actually gets posted, then fuck off on you. But spoilers. Which is why at the end, Banner flies off in the Quinjet on his own. Very reminiscent of him getting blasted into space from Planet Hulk.
Yeah.
And the reasoning behind that was when he destroyed Las Vegas in a rampage.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of did that with the Hulkbuster Hulk fight in South Africa or wherever the fuck it was.
South Africa, yeah. I think it's supposed to be Johannesburg. That's the worst Dutch accent.
South Africa. How many South Africans you ever met? It sounds like South Africa.
No, it does. Just like I said, that the Australian accent is nothing more than a redneck British accent.
Mm.
That is all. If you want to do, if you can't do an Australian accent, but you can do redneck and you can do British, meld them.
And every British person will agree with you.
Yeah.
And every Australian will now grab their guns and shoot.
And shoot because they're like, fuck you, we're not British.
Bruce, I'm not British. Are you British, Bruce?
I'm not British. Mate.
Calm down, Australian viewers. He's going to waltz with Matilda later.
Australian viewer. At best.
When I was a young man, I carried my pack.
Not a whole lot else that I really had planned as far as going on that's happened since we did last.
Well, look, to finish off the Supergirl thing, your critiques are right, and my critiques could be wrong. And what will tell it is the show.
No, without a doubt, which is exactly my argument.
But they did try and show this is the difference so far. In that upfront preview, that 6, 7, 8, 20-minute thing.
It was 11 minutes.
There was... Good. They did try and show a thing where she comes in and her boss has named it Supergirl, named the hero Supergirl. And Supergirl in her civilian context goes, we can't name her Supergirl. Shouldn't she be Superwoman or something? And that gets shown, like the whole thing. Like, isn't girl defamatory?
The boss,
like,
played by Callista Flockhart.
Yeah, who plays the perfect sort of boss in that. Like,
Dragon Lady.
It looks like they are trying to subvert some of those standard tropes.
Right.
And in order to subvert them, you have to run a line of starting that trope.
And you have to own it. And that's the way she does. What Tom's talking about is in the upfront. Whenever she says that, the boss comes around from the table and she's like, "I'm a girl.
Yeah.
I'm successful. I work hard every day. Are you trying to tell me that I'm less because I'm a girl?" And so it's kind of a reverse, psychology type thing to own, and take back the word or the phrasing, which is awesome.
Written by men.
Because I don't ever think, no, 100% written by dudes. But I don't think, I call almost every girl I know a chick at some point. I don't mean anything defamatory by it. The same way I call almost every guy I know a dude.
Yeah.
Like
every chicken I know, I call him a girl.
Yeah.
That's right.
Same thing, man. Chickens, fuck them.
I'm like, what's
don't
up,
fuck them.
Don't actually fuck chickens.
Oh, I shouldn't.
Again?
Shouldn't be doing that. But that's what Tyson Chicken Factory hired me to do.
That's right.
You
gotta cord those things out somehow.